Hi, John and Andrea at Happy Wife Acres. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, it is butcher day. I want to take a minute to show you our equipment. We're not going to show you how we butcher chickens. We just want to go over the equipment that we use. Because a lot of people ask, what do I need to actually butcher a chicken?
And this is after experience of doing things and needing to change it up a little bit to make it easier on us.
Many, many times. All right, let's take a look. So the customer always brings us the chickens. Sometimes they use a crate like this, other times it's a tote. However, best to get the chickens here. You don't want them loose because they will get bruised. This is our chicken kill cones. Now these are made out of aluminum. If I had to do it over again, I would have used steel flashing. But it's on a stand that stands up by itself. I can do 6 at a time. After that, they come over and go in a trash can just for holding until we can scald them. Scalding is the most exact part. You want your water to be 150 to 152. 154 is too hot, 149 is too cold. We do it on a turkey fryer connected to a propane. We use a turkey fry pot. Make sure you have a thermometer that you trust. Some people have electric thermostatically controlled sets. This seems to work well for us. After it's scalded, it goes into the plucker. This is a Star Pluck 1 SP1 sold by CC only. We have it connected to a foot pedal. Hit the foot pedal, it turns around. The bottom spins, the chicken bounces against the wet rubber fingers and pulls out the feathers. The feathers then come out on the front side from that little chute.
So frequently stuff comes out of there that you don't want on your face. So face shield is really good. And also for me, I know I look like a fisherman, but this is really handy to not get my clothes wet.
There's a lot of water used out here. Once they're plucked, they go into one of these buckets with water. At food only, it's cold well water, so they start to chill. Then we clean them. We clean them on our butcher table. We made this ourselves according to our height. If you only do this once a year, maybe it's okay to use whatever table you got, but if you do it a lot, you're going to be bending over and hurting your back.
This is right at a good height to work at.
So there's a double sink in here. I'm going to walk around and show you the connection. So you can buy all this common hardware at your big box hardware store. Got the garden hose that runs in, it splits off. Part of it goes actually to hot and cold water. This is a hot water heater. There's a video that we made about putting that in. And then we've got a nice sprayer as well as a faucet.
That is nice and hot.
Yeah. Then this part splits off and goes into a hose because you still need a hose to rinse things off and
to use in the plucker.
Using the plucker, fill things up. Okay. Okay. There are some storage tables underneath here. That's always convenient. On top of the table, we have cutting boards. I did make, you can see here, small ridges to keep the cutting board in place. We have buckets.
In one bucket goes the necks, livers, gizzards, hearts, and feet, which are all edible by consumers. In the other bucket will go spleen, lungs, testicles,
Neck meat.
Yeah, neck skin. And those are, it's only pet consumables.
For the evisceration equipment, cleaning equipment, we have a curved fillet knife. This is a flexible knife. We've used a couple of hard ones, didn't like it, really like the flexible kind. A knife sharpener, this one will give it a nice little hone, and some really good kitchen shears. Down under here there is a drain pipe. That just runs out into the yard far away from where we are. We have a bucket full of rags. We have a scale when we go to weigh them afterwards. We have some heat-safe gloves when we go to bag it. We have some nitrile gloves just to use if our hands get too cold or too wet. Of course, various tools, pliers, lighter. We have tape because once you bag it, you have to seal the hole. We bag it in
Shrink wrap bags from either Florida poultry shrink bags or Texas poultry shrink bags.
They are very, very good. They're pricey, but it's worth it. It'll last up to a year in the freezer. Does a great job. So once it's cleaned on that table, then it goes in here, another clean bucket full of water. It hangs out until we go to bag it. Before bagging, we put the carcasses on this. These are just PVC pipes with caps on them, and they're fixed into a piece of wood. We can do 5 at a time. It helps them to drain, and it also helps us to do a last-minute inspection. All of this equipment is cleaned and sanitized throughout the day. That's very important. Constantly cleaning the cutting board, the sinks, or knives. So after being on here, that's when they get bagged. We put them in the shrink bags. Then we have to reheat water, get that to about 200. We dip the bags in there for a few seconds. It shrinks around the bird and makes a nice final product. Then they go in a cooler with ice. That's our equipment. It takes us about 30 minutes to get it all out, and it probably takes us about 45 minutes to an hour to clean it all and put it away.
Yeah.
Very labor intensive, and again, we've done this many times for the last several years, and every time we change something to make it just a little easier
for us.
Because if it's not easy, you're not gonna do it.
And you dread doing it.
Yes. Be nice to yourself. Spend the money to get whatever piece of equipment you need to make the job easy.
Build it.
Or let someone else do it.
Or let somebody else do it, which is a good option a lot of times.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching, and good luck with your processing. Feel free to show us your equipment, and we will see you soon on the homestead. All right. Bye.
Bye, everyone.